Welcome to another episode of Two Pitbulls. Today's topic will be what is the difference between the Rednose Pitbull and the Bluenose Pitbull. But just to clarify, my Pitbull would be considered a Rednose because of the nose. It's like a pinkish, reddish nose, so it would be considered a Rednose Pitbull. And he just got done eating. She's eating her share of it. See his nose? Yeah. But anyways, without further ado, a Bluenose is a fast street term for a blue dilute dog. So a Bluenose dog would be like Tron in my other videos. He's a Bluenose Pitbull. Go check him out. Pretty nice little dog. And then look at Nala. Look at you. Look at nice little eyes. But both the dilute blue gene and the Rednose gene are simple recessive traits caused by two entirely different genes that wash out color or dilute it. The blue gene dilutes gray to gray, not just on the hair but on skin as well. So a dilute gene, a blue dog gene, will have a slate gray nose pad, lips and eyelids instead of black. The Rednose or liver dilute, so mine is called a liver dilute. My dog's this guy. He has a liver dilute gene, which only affects black coloration. The liver gene can also wash out brown to an orangey color or cinnamon color, and it also affects skin and eye pigmentation, resulting in a nose that is the same color as the hair. More or less, the more generations that you breed dilute to dilute, the more washed out the pigment in each successive generation becomes, and the greater the likelihood of some nasty genetic skin problem will show up too. So like a lot of pit bulls, you see they will have like bumps on their skin, and so it becomes really hard for the dog to grow fur on it. I've seen that with a lot of pit bulls, especially a lot of blue pit bulls or blue color pit bulls. That's a common thing. The really pale fawn red-nosed dogs are called Isabella fawns and result from successive generations of dilute to dilute breedings. The fawn blue-nosed dogs, sometimes called red blue-nosed dogs, are really blue fawns. So when we're talking about blue fawns, that's her, that's Nala. She has a blue trait, but it's sometimes called a red blue nose or a blue fawn. She's a blue fawn color. That's why I bought her. I really loved her color. And so yeah, she's called a blue fawn, which means that if they were not dilute, they'd be buckskin fawn with a black overlay. So this is her. The black overlay is now diluted to gray, but the fawn color remains unaffected by the blue dilute gene. And so yeah, that's basically it. And there's a lot of information out there on it. It really gets broken down to like chromosomes and dominant and recessive traits. They really break it down into different categories of traits, but that was a rough explanation. So just to clarify, Yogi would be the liver trait, which is, you know, the lighter color pigmentations, the nose, the pinkish red nose, you know, the pink skin under the fur. You see how his ears look pink underneath? That's a liver trait. Nala is that blue fawnish trait. You see her? She's really that blue fawnish, red nose, blue nose trait. And yeah, her color is more rare to find, but I think nowadays it's becoming more common. The most common color I've seen is like a blue pit bulls, and then her trait is a little bit harder to find. But I like her color. That's one of the reasons I really fell in love with her. I had never seen her color at the time I purchased her a few years ago. But yeah, she's blue fawn, and him, I would just consider him like he's mainly white with a few brown spots, but he would be called a red nose in street term, and a blue nose is one like Tron. I'm actually working on doing a video with Tron soon about some topics. But yeah, that's just basically a rough layout of the difference between a blue nose and a red nose pit bull. So just to clarify, a blue nose pit bull is a pit bull like Tron's color. It's like a blackish, dark grayish, navy bluish color, and then a red nose is like Yogi. And sometimes red noses can be different colors, like they might have the red nose like Yogi's, but with a different fur color like brown or cinnamon or kind of orangey, like they said earlier. Also, nose color has nothing to do with a dog being a pit bull. The blue color There's a gene that many pit bulls carry. It's a diluted black gene, as I said earlier. It's basically a diluted black gene, and it's a diluted black gene, and is the reason why many pit bulls have skin issues. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of pit bulls will have skin issues due to diluted breeding after diluted breeding, and you can't really tell when a dog is gonna be when a breeding is gonna be a diluted breeding. It's just genetically like that, and there's nothing wrong with it. As soon as you take some dogs will be very sensitive to the dog food that they eat or to grass, and so they'll become bald on some areas. Some people will become bald on some areas, but that's no problem. You can just talk to your vet, and they'll recommend you really good dog foods and lotions or shampoos that will help them grow healthy fur again. But there's ways to get around that. But I'm pretty sure you guys seen some pit bulls where you guys are wondering like why their lower back is growing bald, and it's not because they're not healthy, it's because of that diluted gene. So yeah, the fact that a lot of pit bulls are Bluenose is purely coincidence. On some of the most famous pit bulls and most great pit bulls in the world have been red noses. So in other words, there is no preference to, you know, having a Bluenose to a red nose pit bull, or a blue fawn pit bull to a blue pit bull, or a red nose pit bull. There's really no preference. No Bluenose. A Bluenose isn't better than a red nose. A red nose isn't better than a Bluenose. They're all pit bulls of the same family. They're all the same dog, just with different color pigments, different color genes that they happen to carry over breedings and generations. So there's nothing absolutely wrong with it, and they're just eating and they're getting tired. Yeah, look at them. But yeah, there's nothing absolutely wrong with the color. I really love the color of my pit bull, Nala's blue fawn. And then Yogi's color is like more of a white, and I love his eyes. Even though it's hard to maintain the white really clean, but I really love their colors. That's why I picked them up whenever I saw they were available. So yeah, I hope this video is very educational on the terms of distinguishing between the red nose and the blue nose pit bulls. Like I said, there is no dog is better than the other. A red nose isn't better than a blue nose. A blue nose isn't better than a red nose. It was just a simple video to help you guys distinguish between the breeds. And yeah, I like both colors, red nose or blue nose. I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. I love them both. I'm just saying, yeah, these are the differences, and that's all. So I hope this video helped a lot. And yeah, you guys continue to give me a strong support, and I'll give you guys bring you guys the educational videos. And I appreciate you guys watching and commenting on my videos. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.